Well, all right, we on the Hebrew marriage. We already went over Genesis, talking about how the Mashiach married Joshua and how that all went down. We went over Exodus, also showing again how the Mashiach married. We was in Ephesians. We made it to Corinthians 7 and 1, the marriage chapter, talking about how you shouldn't defraud one another except it be for consent. How the wife has no power on her body, but the husband likewise, the husband has no power over his body. So, and seeing this, that means that when you become a unit, you're no more twain, you become one. That's what it is saying. That's what this is about. That's what Hebraic or any marriage is supposed to be about. But mainly Hebraic marriage, because you can't say any marriage, because some of these cultures you can do what you want to do in a marriage. So let's keep it at a Hebraic marriage. According to the scriptures, you should be a unit. A unit, and I want to ask a question is, if you are to become one, is it okay to hide stuff? Is it gonna jump right into it? You know what I'm saying? Be secretive about certain things. Is that a representation of being one?
No.
You know how they say, man, you can't let your wife, know how much money you got because she wants to spend it and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Is that a representation of being one? Representation, I mean, what's oneness?
One is that y'all knowing exactly, both of y'all knowing exactly what's going on. Like, she ought to know how much money you getting, and you ought to know how much money she getting.
Everything is, what I'm saying, it's, same account, same everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't do nothing without each other, basically.
Yeah. What you say? What is to be one? Or oneness?
Means
same, the overall same mindset, all stuff.
When you say what is oneness?
What is oneness?
Yeah, talk up a little bit. You can put that on low actually.
What Peter said. Everybody having the same goals to achieve the same goals.
I mean, it's just simply just unity. Just working together.
Yeah, no separation.
That's what he said. That's being one, working together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Working as a unit. That's why we call it a unit. It's marriage, but it's a unit. You're an effective unit. You're working together for the same common goal. That's an effective marriage. When you start, when one is working for his own self goal or self gain, and the other one's working for their own self goal or self gain, then you're not a unit. You're not one. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep this in mind when you even talking about getting married. You gotta find somebody that completes that unit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that they got to be going on the same track with you. As you say, well, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to do this and she trying to do that. Not in that sense, but in the sense that y'all are working together. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to maybe start you a business and she's already got a business, should you help her in her business or should you keep trying to start your business? You see what I'm saying?
I feel like you ought to help her in her business.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Working together.
It's working together. You're working as a unit. I mean, if you want to start a business, have that understanding. You know what I'm saying? Communication is key.
Yeah.
Communicate. Look, you're gonna do this for so long, help you and yours. Then we're gonna do this and help me in mine. And see, you working together as a unit for the same common goal, for the prosperity of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not just naturally, but spiritually also, knowledge-wise. I want to go, because we're out of Corinthians, I want to go to Peter now, 3 and 7. 1 Peter 3:7 says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. See, a lot of people don't really focus on that last part, that your prayers be not hindered. You know, people say, I'm doing good, I'm doing everything, I'm serving the Most High, this married people. I'm doing this, but see, they're fussing and arguing, and their prayers, man, I don't understand why the Most High hadn't answered my prayers, did this or did that. He says your prayers will be hindered because of, you're not giving honor to your wife as a weaker vessel. She's not submitting herself to you. A whole host of things will hinder your prayers. Will cause your prayer to be hindered, which means what?
I mean, he's not answering you, and so that means your marriage will continue to be ruined. Or
Well,
you ain't seen.
Huh?
You ain't seen.
Sort of. What does it mean that your prayers be not hindered? See, this is a prayer. This is a prayer that it didn't even make it there. It's hindered. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Right down in verse 2. I don't want to miss it. But we on 1 Peter. It ain't after it made it. It never made it.
Yeah,
So both of them got to pray.
No.
Not coming unity, right?
First is the unit. They gotta be one. This is the first commandment. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at it like this. Like, it says, well, let me get it. You ain't gotta turn to it, but I'm gonna get it real quick. Genesis, I think it is.
when it said man should leave his mother and father.
Oh yeah. All right, Genesis 2:24. It says, we got it.
Yeah,
It says, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. All right? Now, what does cleave mean? See, this is the first commandment.
Yeah, I looked it up in the Strong. It means to like cling to. That means like you are joined together. So it's saying you leave your father and your mother and you join unto your wife.
Yeah, because you were first you would join to your father and mother.
Yeah.
Because you are commanded to honor your father and mother.
Yeah.
But then when you get an Isha or a wife, now you're commanded to, this is the only reason you are to leave your father and mother now, and then you're to join and honor her.
Yeah.
And she is to do the same. Leave her father and mother now, and to join and honor you.
Yeah.
And this union, you are to make a union. Two people are to become one. You see what I'm saying? So now, if I'm cleaving to my wife, cleaving means to, like you said, cling to, adhere to, glue. It even say glue to.
Yeah.
Like you glue two pieces of wood together.
Yeah,
It
it's
cannot
stuck
be
together.
separated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I gotta begin to study my wife, to learn what she likes. She gotta begin to study me and to learn what I like, so that we can become one flesh.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not I gotta pay attention. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Anything else, you when he give you the person that you're supposed to be with, you have to start from there, start studying that person, so you understand who he come in. You understand who, and you know, shalom, brother.
Shalom, shalom.
You understand who you are getting with, and you understand also, you know, everything, all the characteristics, everything about this person. See what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a secret. It shouldn't be nothing hidden. It shouldn't be. You should be studying them to the T. to the point to where you're really trying to understand, because that's what the Mashiach commands us to do with him. He says, what? Study to show yourself approved. He said, because we are likened unto the Mashiach. This marriage, this union is likened unto the Mashiach. Talking about marriage, brother.
Yeah.
It's likened unto the Mashiach. It says that, this is the great mystery. We're going to get to that. It says this is the mystery of the church. The Mashiach, Christ being the head and of man, and man being the head of woman, and woman over the kids.
Yeah.
Then the Most High over Christ. This is the mystery, how that he loved the church.
Yeah.
So ought a man to love
His wife.
his wife. Now, how did Christ, Mashiach loved the church?
Yeah, he gave it, like you said, he gave his life. He was, like Scripture said, obedient unto death.
But why? How? What's the purpose?
So, because he made a covenant.
He ain't just walk up and go, I'm gonna give my life for y'all. What's the reason for? This is the love he got.
He reconciled with it.
Huh?
He reconciled with it. Reconciled that. He came back into it. Well, like basically they reconciled because they was divorced.
Yeah, he put her away.
Yeah, and then now
And
he
he
Show
can't
her
take her
mercy.
back
Unless somebody died.
and let somebody die. So this is the love he had for the assembly or the church. The fact that he was willing to die to bring it back to
together.
himself. This is the deep love he had for us. And anybody else would have been like, go ahead on. Hey, she gone.
Yeah.
But the Mashiach, and Shaul says to love your wife even as the Mashiach loved the assembly or the church. So I should be willing to die for my wife. Or she should be willing to die for me. That kind of love.
I guess not that deep.
Oh yeah, it's real deep. You see what I'm saying? Mashiach is, if I am to love her as he loved the assembly or the church, then I gotta have that same mindset that I'm going to do whatever it takes. Even if it was death, I would do it because of the love I have. See what I'm saying? Now you see the difference between our love and his love. You know what I'm saying? He got some serious love.
but
Man,
it
ain't
ain't
something
gonna
like no, he didn't just die for his wife, he died for a whoremongering wife.
Yeah.
One that went off and got with other mighty ones or other gods, served other gods. Adulterous wife. This is the type of love Shaul said a man ought to have for his Isha or his wife. Or a woman ought to have for her Ish or her husband.
That's some amazing love.
And he said, because I seen the scripture, he said when she leave, she was gonna come back and she was gonna say, man, it was good the first time. I wish it was like the first time we did, you know what I'm saying? When we made the covenant. basically.
That's what I'm saying. So see now he got some. This is a whole nother level of love. This ain't that shallow love we claim to have one for another. This is a whole nother level of love. That's why Paul said it is a mystery how that the Mashiach loved the church or the assembly. It's a great mystery. That's the kind of love he wants us to have for our Ishas, and the kind of love he wants them to have for their Isha, their husbands. That kind of love. See what I'm saying? That goes beyond what we can think or even comprehend almost. But he set the example so that we can see what type of love he is talking about. See what I'm saying? So we go back to Peter. Let's go back to Peter. So, what is weaker vessel? Start with anybody. Why does he consider her as a weaker? What does that even mean? Weaker vessel.
I usually like from my understanding, it would be like somebody like you're like kind of correlating like as a man's emotional part of him. You know what I'm saying? His emotional, sensitive side.
So are you saying that emotions are weak?
They can be because you can, you can argue out of emotion. You can, do a lot of things out of emotion.
But is that a sign of weakness, though?
It can be. I think so. I'm not gonna speak for everybody.
Anybody else?
Nah, and I ain't really. I ain't never really understood like really, like a woman being a weaker vessel.
Because they more emotional than me. Well, I ain't gonna say that because you got some female hard. I don't know.
I think
What you say, though?
I think naturally, just, and I mean this, I'm not saying this in no offensive way, but just just in the men being more like superior in pretty much every way. Like in this, like I don't mean that in an offensive way, but let's just keep it real. Like the father knew what he was doing, and that's not to be taken offensively. Once again,
But in a way,
So, go ahead.
I mean, but I like how you put that. That kind of tie into what I was trying to say. Just the man is more solid in a way. You know what I'm saying? The woman is more expressive, sensitive. That's a purple flower there. You know?
So that makes it a weaker vessel.
Oh, I know why. I know why she a weaker vessel. Because woman wasn't created in the image of the Most High. But the man was.
Yeah. So the woman was created in the
In
image of
Adam.
Yeah.
So that makes her a weaker vessel. Because she's in the image of man instead of the Most High.
Exactly. That's what makes her a weaker vessel. Not no emotions. Because some men is very emotional. Trust me, I've been around some. Probably more than a woman will. That's to do with emotions, bro. Physical strength, yes,
Emotion
men
make
are
you cry
stronger
sometimes.
in that area. But superior to women in every way, no.
what?
They're not superior to women in every way.
Huh?
They're not. I mean, that would be impossible.
How's that?
Because if you let's when you get the kids, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's no way that you're gonna say you're superior when you see the delicacy and the time and the patience that women have to put in having children.
That's why I say no offense, man.
Oh yeah, no offense. So what makes her a weaker vessel is because Adam was created first in the image of the Most High. She wasn't.
I mean, but Seth was also created in the image of Adam, though.
Yeah, but for men and women, Seth is still a man. See what I'm saying? So Adam was created first, which makes him the stronger vessel, the firstborn, the stronger vessel. Eve comes out of Adam, which makes her a weaker vessel, nevertheless a vessel.
I didn't say she wasn't no vessel.
So we making it clear that women are not lesser than men, like how some men.
In some areas they are.
I mean,
Not,
how
he said
some men-
completely. I'm not gonna say he used the word
No, I ain't
completely.
talking about. So you know how some men be like, well, women, y'all can't do nothing.
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
man and you the woman.
That's just an unlearned man.
That's control. That's that control.
In my opinion, he's unlearned. He doesn't understand what the scriptures talk about. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Because even Sarah and Abraham showed where Abraham listened to Sarah, made a whole decision about a child and another woman based on Sarah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't just on the head, shut up, even in that time. Do what I say. They didn't even do that in that
It
time.
was a unit
You
then.
see what I'm saying? They were units
Working together.
working together. Before he separated Adam and Eve, how you know if you listen to Adam or Eve? See what I'm saying? They were one. That's what he's trying to get us back to.
Either Yaakov listen to his mom.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of places where women listen. Do he listen to Bathsheba? What about Solomon? I mean, it's all let's go on and on and on. I mean, so you know,
I
so
think it's sad just the way they try to downplay the role of the woman. Like,
Yeah,
they try to make the woman it just like almost it took nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, that's not true.
That's not what I was doing, by the way.
We know that, but we love you, Luke. We know.
I'm just making that totally clear.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's for those other men.
I mean, that's the woman is a very important role in the family. The man is a very important role. That's the only difference is that's like saying I'm a weaker vessel because I'm not the boss of the person that's the boss over me. It's just a different role. He carries a different role.
yeah.
Neither one, you can't compare as weaker based on that
Yeah.
terminology. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I work for him, so I'm weaker than him. No, I just work for him. He just has a different role than I do.
Yeah.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, woman.
I said, I ain't gonna lie, you make a point.
I mean,
That
but
shit
like
with
that's
guys with, you know what I'm saying, with babies and junk, like, bro, that junk crazy. They can like cooking, washing clothes, all that stuff.
You can do
no,
it, but
bro.
that's where the woman comes
Yeah,
in.
that's
That's
just
why
like a
she's
role.
superior than you are.
Patience.
She's
Wow, that's
superior
crazy.
there than you are. Not that she's superior over you, but she's just superior in that area than you are. And this is where the unity comes in at. This is where the oneness comes in at. How we're working together. See what I'm saying? Now, I do my thing, and you do your thing, and then together we accomplish the same goal. Now, I come in trying to do your thing, now we got a problem. You come in trying to do my thing, that's where the problem starts at. When the roles are switched.
Sweet, yeah, back to the garden.
Back to the garden. That's what happened in the garden. Eve took over. And when the roles were switched, ain't nothing left then.
Yeah.
See, I'm a unit, you a unit. We facing each other face to face. We're a unit. That's how you hug a person. That's how you love a person. Face to face. Unit.
So I got a question. Alright, so like I'm gonna work every day, and Darkia I'm gonna work like every day. Like, is that bad for us to like is that making it would that make it kind of hard for us to become the unit we can be? Like, as in, you know, her working like she would.
When you ended it with her work, what you mean as in the way we work like we do?
Yeah, like I'm saying, like, you know, yeah.
It's bad because you got your hand up.
yeah. I got a question after you finish.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's bad because the way life works is everything has to be in a balance. Scripture says that a false balance, he hates a false balance. So my balance is not right, and I'm guilty of that too. My balance is not right. Then Mashiach, he says he hates this. So there must be a balance in order for you to walk right. And what happens if you're unbalanced? And what happens if this leg hurts and if this leg is weak and this is strong? What happens? What happens?
You're right. You're gonna fall.
You fall. It falls. So that balance, that strength has to balance out so that everything stays the same. If that makes any sense. You understand what I'm saying? What's your question, Luke?
How do we determine these roles of the man and the woman?
What you mean?
Like,
Well, he talks about how the woman is to guide the house.
I think that's
Bear
chapter 3.
children and guide the house. Huh?
I think it's chapter 3.
What you say, Luke?
Chapter 3 of 1 Timothy. I think.
He tells a woman to guide the house, to bear children. Doesn't mean that she can't work, just means that she is the one to guide the house and bear children. If you want to add work into that, as long as you don't take away from the other, it's fine. Problem comes in is when you start to take away from one. Here's the problem. If I got kids or children, and I'm working, and you working, then who raises the kids?
Yeah, like ain't
TV.
nobody. Yeah,
Everybody
TV,
else. The movie stars, the rappers, the singers, they begin to raise your kids for you. there's no balance there. What happens is going to crumble sooner or later. So there has to be a balance. Now, if you can I'm not saying you can't work. I'm saying there has to be a balance there. Is working important?
Yeah, in this state.
Is women work? If your wife is she working? Is that important?
Depends on if she want to work. Then that would be in some cases.
I mean, is that important for a woman to work?
Nah, it ain't.
Is it important for your wife to work? I mean, honestly, answer is a trick question, huh?
Depends on the situation.
I should agree with what he said. Depends on the situation.
Important for your wife to work?
No. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. So, no, it's not a trick question. It's a point I'm finna make. It's not important for your wife to work, so she should be bearing children, because she's gonna work anyway. It's just where she works at.
Yeah.
She should be keeping this part of the unit secure.
Yeah.
Now, if it's important for your wife to work, then she should find a way to keep this unit still secure.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That
So
was one trick question, huh?
You weren't counting keeping this secure as work.
That's what I said. She's still going to work anyway it goes. She's working.
Well, see, that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about like a job.
Oh no! I wasn't talking about keeping this secure as working.
Oh.
No, I'm saying a job. I'm saying if a woman wants to work, because women work in the Bible. If a woman wants to work, she needs to find a way to balance it all out and sum it all up.
Yeah.
She can't. I just got to think about my career. No. She can't. In other words, she can't cross the scriptures trying to work.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not being fruitful. I'm not multiplying because I'm waiting till I get my career straight. No, that's not. The scripture says to be. See what I'm saying? Be fruitful and multiply. You can't go past the scriptures. If you're going past the scriptures, then you're not prospering.
Yeah.
You're not. There's no balance there. If you got to do something that's going to take you beyond the scriptures, then you're not going to prosper in it. Is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm not going to be fruitful because I got too much going on. I got class, I got school, I got work, I got 2 jobs, and I'm trying to get a fiance, or I got a fiance. Kids be down. That's not scripture. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to work, even for the man, make sure it lines up with scripture. Is what I'm saying. If there's no excuse. You say, well, hey, look, I'm trying, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you're walking in that direction. I need to go to the store. I'm not there yet, but I'm moving in the direction to get to the store. That's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Don't be working in another and I'm just trying to talk plain without so many scriptures, because it's a plain study, the message. You know what I'm saying? It's not just scripture. It's getting down to where the rubber meets the road, or the nitty gritty. Don't be moving in the direction away from the scriptures. I'm working, and I'm trying to be subject. I'm trying to. There's no trying. There's working toward being. You see what I'm saying? The scripture said, "Be ye subject to your husband." Then you need to be working toward being subject. And let me give an example. What I mean by that. I might not be subject now. I might not be used to being subject to a man. I was raised in a family where there was no man. So now what I got to do? This is where the scripture comes in. He said, unless you be conformed as little children, you shall not see the kingdom. What is he talking about? Now I have to conform myself as a little child again, learn how to be subject. See what I'm saying? Same for the man. I might grew up in a family where, hey, my dad laid the law. He was the lawman. He was the sheriff in our house. And that's good. And, you know, I might not have learned how to listen or compromise with a woman. I just might say, hey, look, you just be quiet. I say we're going to do this, that's it.
Yeah.
I have to conform myself as a little child to learn how to listen. Oh, it says honor. They didn't use the word honor. You can't get past it. 1 Peter 3:7 says to honor her as the weaker vessel, dealing with her according to knowledge. My mama might have went for that, but my wife ain't going for it. That's the point I'm making. You see what I'm saying? Don't bring mama and daddy into the marriage, because that works with mama and daddy. Daddy might have talked to my mama like that, but my wife ain't gonna let me talk to her like that. Does that mean she's a bad person? No, that just means I need to deal with her according to knowledge that I have of her and the knowledge that I have of the scriptures. That's the only knowledge it's talking about. The knowledge you have of your wife and the knowledge you have of the scriptures. Scriptures say, don't let my son go down. Don't let the ref go down. You know, the sun go down on my ref. I don't need to. Regardless of how mad I am, I don't need to do that. Scriptures say, love us as the Mashiach loved the church. I need to love her like the Mashiach loved the church. Now, question is, how many times has the Mashiach said, came to you or dealt with you and said, I'm the head. You better listen to me and do what I say.
No.
How many times she had done that in the scriptures? Well,
Yeah,
then,
free
why?
will.
Why?
Yeah, free will.
Now, it ain't free will. He says, by love and kindness have I drawn you.
Yeah.
Not by force, but by love and kindness did I draw you in. That's the way a man is supposed to love his wife. With love and kindness. Yeah, you're going to fuss. Yeah, you're going to argue. Yeah, you're going to misunderstand each other. But there must be love and kindness. You understand what I'm saying? Can I, switching gears a little bit, can I, if I don't like what she's doing, I don't feel like she the one, do I got means or grounds to divorce her?
No. The scripture say unless fornication, you cannot put away your wife, except for the cause of fornication.
Except for the cause of fornication, we get that, I think that's Matthew 19. Let's get Matthew 19.
Matthew 6
6
or 7. It's in 6 or 7.
6 and 7. Now, it says 31. Matthew 5:31. It has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. That's what Matthew 5:31 says. That whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causing her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committed adultery. Alright? Now, it says, it has been said, meaning orally, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causing her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committed adultery. So, again, can I put away my wife if she, we just ain't clicking? It just ain't happening.
So how do the man make her commit adultery? Like in this context.
If she causes her to commit adultery, because if he puts her away, then she is supposed to be free to marry whoever she will. But if she is put away without a cause, just because he felt like doing it, if she goes and marries another, then he's forcing her to commit adultery. You understand what I'm saying? Because back then, men were putting away women for anybody. That's why he said, you have heard it was said that, a man put away his wife, let him give her a right of divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But I say unto you that whosoever to put away wife, except for the cause of fornication. He causes her to commit adultery. So if I were to put Wendy away, and there was no, and she didn't fornicate, then if she went to marry another one, she would be committing adultery.
Yeah.
What's up? Go ahead.
Okay, so what do you do in the case, say a man do put a woman away, like, and she become a believer, she young, like, what do you do in that case, like?
What's that? If you do what?
As far as a woman, like, what does she do, what is she supposed to do?
Somebody they non-believers.
If she is a believer, like, if both of them believers and he put her away, and it wasn't for fornication or anything, like, what do you do in that case? Like, what does she do in that case, right?
Oh.
Do she just not never marry again?
She's not supposed to not marry?
Yeah, she still
Yeah.
married. Yeah.
So she's still considered married to him even if they.
Even though he put her away for no without a cause. That's what Yahushua is saying. He's saying he causes her to commit adultery. Even though she thinks she's free, she goes and marries another, she's committing adultery. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though it's not her fault, she's still committing adultery.
So that still stands to this day. Like if somebody get married,
This is the importance of marriage. So you need to make sure it's the person you're marrying.
Wow.
Because there is no escape except for the cause of fornication, which fornication is an English word, is except for the cause of whoring. You start whoring around. When you use the word fornication, you start to lose people because they're like, well, what that means is if this man ain't married and he sleeps with this woman that is married, he committed fornication, she committed adultery. That makes absolutely no sense at all because both are going to receive the same punishment in Deuteronomy. He says, kill them both. So there is no stipulation on whether that's an American Western way of looking at the word fornication. They didn't look at fornication like that. You know, people teach that and say, it's the betrothal period. It's when you engage. In Hebrew, when they were engaged, they were like they were married. So if she committed fornication before they actually got married, then that would be considered fornication instead of adultery. That's what they teach there, but that's not true. What it is when it says for the cause of whoring. I mean, you can whore if you married or unmarried.
Yeah.
You can whore around. Now, fornication is put there in the King James, but the word is whoring. That's why you teach people that can't never get a divorce, because once I'm married, then
You
I'm
can't
always
fornicate.
committing adultery. I can't never fornicate no more because I'm married. So that means I can't get a divorce. That's what they teach. They tell people you can't get no divorce because you married now, and it doesn't say anything about adultery. It just says fornication. So if you go off and sleep with somebody, you commit adultery. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Instead of putting the right word down.
Well, by putting the word whore in there means if you go off and sleep with somebody, you commit adultery. Your punishment was you and the person you committed adultery was to be stoned to death. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm married, I go out and I start whoring and say, my wife, forgive me. Take me back, whatever the reason, we don't get a divorce. And I do it again. And I do it again. And I do it again. This is considered as whoring. He said, for this cause you may put them away because they have broken the covenant. Doesn't matter if I'm just sleeping with people that's not married. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. You can't say, oh, well, he is not married, so he committed fornication. And she married, so
She committed adultery.
she committed adultery. And the scriptures say that you are to put away the adulterous woman. Just put her away because she committed adultery. He get to run on off and do his thing. No, that's not what it said. It said he that did it and her that did it are both to be put to death. You see what I'm saying? So, how can, that if a person is whoring around, they have broken the covenant that y'all gonna be one. You broke that. Because we're no longer one. Now we're 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. that covenant is broken unless you marry these people. Of course, because I can't speak against polygamy because it's in the scriptures.
Yeah.
The scriptures justify it. So, but a person that's just sleeping around with people, they are considered as a whore. And he said, yeah, a whoremonger. Except for this cause. This is the only cause that you can put away your wife. If she is a whoremonger. You understand what I'm saying? Or you can stone her. It's your choice. You see what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't want to go through the stoning process. So you can put her away.
I always seen where the man putting away the woman. Had the woman ever put away the man?
Not that I read. Man,